Welcome to the Weekly Hijack.
Hello, everyone.
First off, we've got Doctor Who edition tonight. This episode was The Girl Who Died, which reminded me of The Girl Who Waited, but this was about someone completely different.
Yes.
I really enjoyed this episode. A lot of interesting ideas and problems for the Doctor here.
Early on, I didn't know what to think of this episode. Like, none of that was bad. It just, like, I couldn't quite get all the pieces. Because it's a very quirky episode in many ways.
Well, I really like the questions it poses in, like, it's always been sort of an interesting quandary for the Doctor in that he wants to help people, but there's certain things he can or can't do, and where does he draw that line?
Well, I love that Clara's just like, you keep telling me these rules, but I don't understand what you can and can't do actually, which is pretty true.
Yes, very, very true, actually.
It was the opposite, really.
Yeah,
What?
he said it the other way.
No.
She doesn't know the rules.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
told what she can.
Yeah, she's told. Yeah, that's true.
Okay, I was confused how his face had reminded him of this.
They flashed it very briefly, but I think I got a grasp of what they're talking about. Peter Capaldi actually was a character extra in a David Tennant episode, The Fires of Pompeii. And I think what they were trying to indicate was that was someone that
He didn't save?
he did save or he didn't save. That one flash of the 10th Doctor reaching out from the TARDIS, I think that was an indication of him saving himself, or the Peter Capaldi character.
So it's a memento face.
Basically.
Which is
which is neat, but
it was not explained
No.
very well.
it was
No.
not explained.
I didn't know either, Zach. I was just
Okay,
like,
good.
I
I
don't know.
thought I missed something.
No, I was massively confused. And then when he started talking about what the face was about, I was like, oh, okay, that's what was
You know what's
going on.
interesting then we have this theme, because the Maiar, the Odin were the fake face. Like the faces is kind of a nice little
Nice
parallel there.
Yeah, that was a good tie-in.
I'm less sure now, and I will readjust my claim after the next episode and probably completely renege on what I'm saying now. But I still think the chances are less, but I still think there's a chance that girl and who she gives the other chip to as grown-ups in another form, not that actress because she's taken and things, but may become the next companions after Clara.
Yeah.
I think I was totally sure of it, and then they did the two-parter thing, which they show her again, which makes me think they're not going to continue it past that. But I'm not sure, and it being called The Girl Who Died, then parallels, I don't know. I think there's a possibility.
There definitely seems to be room for expansion.
You're saying there's a chance.
I kind of like in the season of two-parters, though, that this one, in a way, is also kind of self-contained.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell the next episode is going to directly relate to it, but it's
In a different time period. I mean, there's a different
setup.
different stories, I have to say, talking about it, I'm like, what are they doing with these Vikings? But then when basically they have like all the reject Vikings fighting, I mean, that's hilarious. It's like the anti-Vikings.
Vikings are just a fun group to make fun of.
They'll kill you.
But this is, just classic Doctor in the sense that let's just throw, this alien race that eats testosterone and Vikings that are not fighters and girl who die. I mean, and a storyteller and people who think back. I mean, just lots of ideas. They just throw them there and say, haha. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the whole like recording them being beaten by a puppet and then like use that as blackmail.
That's very clever because I had wondered, okay, if the Doctor is going to actually fight for them and help them out here, well then how are they going to get around the scenario he depicted?
Yeah,
and it's like I was glad they didn't just like drop that thread that he actually had a backup plan for that. That was brilliant.
It's certainly one of the lighter of the episodes. I mean. At least, again, you got some of those heavy questions of who the Doctor is and stuff. But, I mean, the main story is basically, like, reject Vikings fighting aliens that drink testosterone. I mean, so it's a little more of the adventure side. Like, a little more of the Robin Hood last season.
Yes.
Closer to that.
Along those lines, yeah, definitely. Man, I really like that shot though at the very end where you see like all the days flashing before her eyes and that pan around with she's gone from happy to sad to vengeful and very kind of hard to read the final expression, but it was a beautiful shot, a beautiful sequence.
And it's interesting because he talked about his whole theme. One of the many things he talked about. There's a lot of doctor stuff in this one. Him people keep dealing with people always dying all the time, and then he basically set up another person to do the same thing as he does.
Yeah. I do think it's kind of funny. He apparently keeps 2 of these immortality patches in his pockets, even though he apparently thinks it was a mistake to actually use them at all.
Now, where did those come from? He just had them? Or?
That's what I was assuming.
I thought I heard him say they were from the Meyer helmets, but I could be wrong.
Oh, from the helmets?
Right. I thought
okay, that would make
something like that.
That would make more sense.
I'm not sure how it keeps you running exactly.
Yeah, I know. I was guessing it's sort of like
it repairs them.
Oh, just repairs like
the nanobots from the Dr. Dances.
Okay,
I'm not sure what keeps the patch thing functional. Maybe it's solar powered or something. So if she goes into a cave for a long length of time, may not be a good thing. I don't know.
So another just vastly different episode. Dude. That's what we get here. That's the wonderful thing about Doctor Who. Like.
You never know what you're going to get from week to week.
Vikings and aliens, why not? I wish I would have caught more at the very beginning where at the, the end of it wasn't really an episode, but, she's in space and...
Oh, yeah.
Because that was in my intro. I don't understand British.
Yes, that was a lot of gibberish. It seemed. But sometimes they throw you in at the beginning of the episode, and you're like, "What? What?"
But you got Clara because this season's Clara's just like, look, I just love going around saving people and being, basically kicking the Doctor in the pants now and then.
Yeah, a lot of fun stuff. Anyone else? All right, I think we covered it.
All right.
So looking forward to the next episode for sure. And I hope you are looking forward to the next episode of the Weekly Hijack and the next episode of Derailed Trains of Thought.
Coming soon.
Stay tuned to us at derailedtrainsofthought.blogspot.com. Until next time, this is Tim.
This is Nick.
Bye-bye.